everyone, it's Jess, and we are here to spend a day indoors talking about Season 2, the premiere of The Pitt. I have been waiting for this day since the second the credits started rolling on Season 1, Episode 15. I have been counting down the minutes. I'm like, hurry up. I was worried too. I was, streaming shows. They're like, here's the next season in 3 years. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Okay. But not The Pitt. Oh, what's that? Oh, Season 2 came out only less than a year after the... Oh, that's right. Name another show's doing that. You can't. So we are here to talk about The Pitt Season 2. I am so excited to talk about this. I have been just... I've been trying to avoid everything. I didn't watch the trailer. A lot of self-restraint. I've been trying to avoid all, like, the pre-show, press, everything. So I'm like, I want to go in blind. I want to build the hype up. And we're already getting there, babes. We're already hitting max hype for me. And it was just episode 1. I saw that ER and I said, oh, we're home. I'm home. I'm home. But yeah, we're here. I'm too excited. I'm sorry. Also, it's been a hot minute, as you can tell, since I've posted. I'm coming back from my own YouTube sabbatical just in time for Robbie's 3-month sabbatical from the ED, from the hospital. Thank God. Give that man a break. Please. But I love this episode. I just want to get right into it because I'm just that pumped. Like, oh, it was just so good. It was so good. It was, obviously, it's just episode 1, it's 7 a.m. The craziness has not begun yet. It's the 4th of July. Robbie's last day before his sabbatical and Langdon's first day back. Let me tell you something. They said, welcome back from rehab. What did we put you coming back in on the 4th of July? Eat shit. They're just like, and good luck. But it's peaceful. It's still 7 a.m. It's still early. Nobody's at the barbecues. There's no parties. No one's lighting off fireworks at the crack of dawn. I mean, who knows? With some people, who knows? So right now, the ED, pretty not terrible. Busy as always, but not horrendous. No, for now. I love this episode. I think it was the perfect way to start the day. Obviously, I feel like we're Langdon. It's been 10 months for us, practically. 10 months for him. And everybody's just been, this is another day for them. You're like, another shift, I gotta clock in. But it's his first day back, our first day back. So we're trying to pick up the pieces like he is. We're like, what have we missed? What's going on? How has this person changed? Who is this new person? We got new people. We're gonna talk about our new people soon, too. So it's like we're just trying to get our footing. Though, very different tone-wise for us versus Langdon. I think we're all very excited. He seemed very scared. When I didn't even clock this on my first watch. I had to clock it on my second watch. When Robbie is coming in, through the chairs, getting to the back, where, the room department. I didn't even notice Langdon is sitting on his phone, not looking at Robbie. Because, and then when Robbie goes into the doors, there's like a shot that lingers. Me, dumbass. I'm looking at the don't be aggressive sign. I'm like, oh, there's a don't be aggressive sign. I'm pretty sure that was their last time. Didn't even, second watch, I'm like, I see Langdon's hat. I'm like, wait a goddamn minute. I'm like, how long has he been sitting there? Didn't even catch him. Whiffed him. Totally. That's the ADHD. Focus on the wrong thing. Missed the main shot. I'm like, looking at this damn sign. It says, don't be aggressive. Is he like an HD? I lost my train. But yes. You see how I instantly, we're 4 minutes in, I don't even have my train of thought anymore. Yeah. But I think this was a great, great episode. It really laid the groundwork for the season. We've got our new characters. We've got our returnees who are in new places. Obviously, everybody's kind of gone up a year. Actually, I wrote it down because I knew I would forget. Because I don't know much about medical things, and I have a bad memory. about something. Some things I remember too much. So, obviously, Langdon is repeating his senior residency because he was in rehab for 10 months after his benzo addiction was made public by Santos last season. But we have, of course, I didn't write them in order. Yes, I did. I lied. I did write them in order. So, Samira is now an R4. Mel and McKay are R3s. Santos is an R2. Whitaker, I believe he is an intern, R1. Javadi is, I believe, MS4 still, because she was MS3 last year. Donnie, nurse practitioner now, and a new dad. Donnie's up. Get it, Donnie. And then we have our new people, newbies. We have Dr. Baran Al-Hashimi, who is a attending from the VA, who is going to be taking over for Robbie for the 3 months he's out on his sabbatical. We have Emma Nolan, who is a recently graduated nurse who is shadowing. I don't believe she's a full hire. She said she was shadowing, so maybe she's just there for the day. About a rough day to start. Well, other people had worse first days, as we saw last season. And then we have Ogilvy and Joy. Now, I did read what they were when they were first announced as casting months ago. Do I remember? No. I believe they are both MS, though. I know at least Joy is, because I saw her student doctor tag. I don't know if they're MS3 or MS4. So they're just student doctors to me. They're the two people who I have, like, the least read on of the new people. I'm getting a good understanding of, at the very least, surface level understanding of both Emma and Baran. Ogilvy and Joy, I'm getting some, but I'm not getting, and you know what I mean? I want to see them on more cases. We only really got them with the John Doe with the stab wound, and then, what's his name? Ethan Bostic, the old man who just died. He just showed up to die. So, we'll get more of them, I'm sure. Obviously. But those are our newbies. Obviously, we have the classics. Obviously, Robbie's there. Dana's there. We got to see some of the night shift people. No Abbott. We get to see Ellis and Shen and Selena, the night shift charge nurse. Obviously, Perla and Princess are there holding it down. As always. Obviously. Jesse's there. No Mateo yet. That's okay. We got a little bit of Garcia. We got Javadi's mom, Shamsi, is there. Poor Javadi. We'll get into that. Javadi's heart was like, oh my god. Don't worry, Javadi. I get it. I also work for my mother. I work with too much of my family. I get it, girl. I get it. I feel you. Now, we're also, like I said, 4th of July. Robbie, first of all, Robbie rolling in on his damn motorcycle. Helmet on the back. Not even wearing it, sir. Come on now. You were like, what? What if I just not be safe? What's safety like? You think he brings the helmet in to be like, guys, I wear my helmet. Sir, it's on the back of the bike. I saw, you saw, we all saw. Okay. I'm so excited. I don't even know where to to begin. I have my notes and I want to talk about everything all at once. There's so many interesting cases already. We have a abandoned baby. We have a fucking this weird Liam. I have a lot to say about Liam. I don't like him already. His vibe is weird. Okay. I have to dial myself in because I'm way too excited. Dialing it in. I'm too excited to talk about this. So, Baram is there early. I don't believe she's supposed to be there that early. They're like, she's here early. I don't know what time she was supposed to show up, but she showed up crack at dawn. She's like, I am here. And that is truly the encapsulation of her character. She is like to the point. She's like, this is the box that has been made and we are in it. She is literally everything that Gloria wants Robbie to be. It's crazy. She cares about the stats, the numbers, the scores, the procedures, the corporate bylaws of the world. She's loving it. She's eating that shit up. Robbie couldn't give a shit. Robbie's like, I don't care. I'm trying to save people. I don't. What's a stat? What's a number? Didn't ask. Don't care. I know Gloria saw her come in for that interview and was like, thank God, please, finally, somebody who will care about numbers and patient satisfaction scores. Because Robbie doesn't give a shit. So, she is perfect. She is literally his foil. I am so excited to see more of them this season. And I really want to get more of Baram because I'm going to get to the end of the episode. I'm going to the end with the abandoned baby. I'm out of focus, but girl, I'm trying to talk about this baby and I'm out of focus. This is crazy. Okay, we're back in focus. My bad. But yes, like I'm saying, the end of the episode. She gets this, like, she's looking at that baby. She literally has like 1,000-yard stare staring at the baby, like. Samira's like, did I miss something? Did I do something wrong? What? Samira's like, oh my God, what did I do? What have I done to this baby? What did I miss? And Veronica's just like, so I want to know what that is about. Because, once again, another attending we got with trauma. Girl, these poor attendings, what is going on with them? I mean, I know what's going on in the medical field. Brutal place. But I want to know everything about it. This is what I love about the Pitt and what kills me about the Pitt. Obviously, it's not like a traditional show where we're getting the episodes play out over days, weeks, months, years. This is today. It's an hour of their life. So we're not getting much, which is great because, we get to learn a little bit about the characters. We still get a little bit of air of mystery to them. We don't know everything about them. It's not being thrown at us like, here's everything about their lives, their personalities, their hobbies, their interests. Here it all is. But I'm also like, I want to know everything about this person. Give it to me now. And it's like, it's been an hour and she doesn't know any of these people, like pretty much any of these people. So why is she going to tell them all her business? And I'm like, you're so right, TV people. Obviously that makes sense. But I'm nosy and I want to know these characters now. Give it to me now, please. So I'm like, oh my God, I want to know so much more. I want to know so much about everybody. It's like, it drove me nuts. I'm like, I want to know. My bad. Obviously, episode 1. We gotta ease into it. We're easing in. We're just starting the day off. We're starting our shift. Chill. It's chill time. In theory. Is the emergency department ever really chill? No. Never really. Never. Now. Like I said, that emergency department is full. Chairs full. Crack of dawn, full as can be. But who's waiting in chairs? Langdon. Langdon's first day back from rehab. To a mixed reaction from many people. Some people are like, oh, hey. Some people just like, don't care. Santos was like, don't look at me. Santos was kind of looking at him like, it's funny. They're both looking kind of each other like, they're just like, what are we gonna, what do I do? What do I say? Do I say something? Do I just pretend that this didn't happen? Obviously. Because, Santos was the one who figured out Langdon was addicted to benzos and told Robbie and got him into rehab. I want to see this conversation so bad. I hope we get it. We better get it. We better get a conversation between Langdon and Santos because they are not speaking to each other right now. And Langdon, good for him. I already love Langdon's character this season. Obviously, last season, he's ER Ken. He's, the hotshot doctor. He's very confident, arrogant. He's moving fast. He's like, this is my place. Then it's, oh, they know I'm a drug addict. Uh-oh. It all comes crashing and burning. So this season he's kind of coming in fresh out of rehab, and counseling. I don't know how that process works. Apologies. I like that he's more subdued. Clearly, obviously, he's confident in his abilities as a doctor, but it's like clearly he's worried most about his peers. Obviously, he doesn't know. I'm assuming they all would know about what happened like that they all know that he was out for rehab. I would assume that the chismosa has spread. But he's coming here much more subdued. He still seems very confident, but he seems more collected, maybe is the best way to describe it. He's very open when to talk about feelings and like, making apologies and being honest. He literally doesn't even make it in the doors to start the day, and he sees Louis. Louis like, "Hey, where you been?" And Langdon's like, "Oh, hey, Louis." Obviously, because Langdon was stealing Louis' Librium last season. That's how he was caught. The Librium was in his locker. And he actually sits down and tells Louis, because Langdon is on triage. I guess a better way to start when you've been out for 10 months, stick him on triage. Ease your way in. Also, the guy who was stealing drugs from the hospital, maybe we start him in a little slow area. Fair enough. And he actually sits down with Louis and tells him, "Hey, I'm going to be open and I'm going to be honest. I'm addicted to benzos. I have spent 10 months in rehab. I was stealing your pills." And Louis was like, "Oh, okay." Louis takes it in stride. Most people probably would not have been happy. But Louis, not a Karen. He's like, "Oh, as long as I helped you. I didn't like taking them anyways." Love Louis. Louis is fabulous. Louis, by the way, is there, toothache, draining his, I can't say this word. I don't know medical terms. Let me say that. Paracentesis he needs for fluid draining. I know what that is for sure. Me and my food service management degree definitely know all these medical terms very well. To heart, all in here. Don't quiz me on them. So, we have some interesting cases this episode already. We have interesting, not all positive, obviously it's the emergency department, and there are some tough cases already out the gate. And I was like, oh, they are starting us off. Most prominently, Kylie Connors, 9 years old, who came in after falling on the stairs, allegedly, with, chin lack, chipped tooth. Like, okay, kid fell on the stairs. Lot of things being discovered by Santos and Perla as they're treating her. A lot of bruising, old and new. She's got a lot of emergency visits to other hospitals. She has bloody urine. Like, it's not looking good. And it's looking like, a very serious case of abuse of some kind. And it's very sad. It's a young child going through the situation. I am curious to see how they take this. They already seem to be going on a better foot than last season. The case of abuse that they had, alleged abuse, with was it episode 6 and 7 with Silas, the man who fell off a ladder and his wife was drugging with progesterone because she believed he was assaulting their daughter. That wasn't handled the greatest by the staff. They were like, Robbie and the staff were kind of like, "Listen, we can't really do anything because the daughter isn't saying anything and the mom is technically drugging him," and it wasn't I didn't love how the situation was handled, so I'm really hoping that this is handled a little bit more seriously. I mean, it's already seems to be off on a much better foot. They're going to do tests to see if it's a reportable case. I mean, Santos is on the case, and she will not let that slide. She didn't let it slide last season either. That scene stressed me out, by the way. When she was berating Cyrus, I was like, my God, Santos, this is so cool, but I am so scared. But I love her. She rocks. Oh, she's so good. So I'm like, she's going to get this little girl right. Trust. She will be this girl's number one advocate. Point blank and period. Do not fuck with Santos. Santos, by the way, insane, trying to double board emergency medicine and surgery. I'm like, are you crazy? I had to Google what that was. I kind of figured what she meant, and I Googled it, and I was like, oh, you're insane. Oh, okay. But that's Santos. She is tough. And that's why I love her. I love her. She is so fierce. I'm obsessed. But yeah, like I said, I really hope that this case gets handled a lot better than the one last season, because I don't know. You always want the best for just poor kids. I'm like already. It's only episode 1, and I'm like, oh my god, this poor girl. 'Cause she's like, yeah, nothing. I'm good. And I'm like, oh, you're not. Look at your back. You get a bruise the size of like Kansas on your back, girl. So stressful. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't. That's like the case I'm most like nervous about. One of the cases I'm more nervous about. Another case I'm nervous about. Liam. I don't like Liam's vibe. He was one of the first ones introduced as well. It was like Kylie, then Liam, and then I believe it was Candace, the old lady who's high off her ass on weed cookies. I think they're around the same time. But Liam, oh my, I don't like his energy. I don't like it. So when he's like flirting with Mel, right? This was crazy. I actually had to pause the episode and like literally I like recoiled. I was like, no. And he's clearly like flirting with her. Mel's not picking it up. Mel is already having a bad day. You could tell Mel's very off. She's revealed to Santos she's named in a medical like malpractice lawsuit. Today is a disposition, which I also had to Google that as well. It's the day the results are coming out, for those who don't know. So this is the day, the trial results are going to be revealed, and she's going to find out what's going on with that. So she's very distressed, very distracted. She hasn't been paying attention, with the cases a bit. Ellis was trying to like explain, Kylie's case. And she was asking Mel a question, and Mel was like, oh, I didn't say anything. And they were like, okay, never mind. So she is on Liam. Langdon was actually on Liam at first, and Robbie was like, you're going to triage. Get to triage. Oh my god. So she's fixing Liam. Liam, who flew off his bike, tore up his legs, just ate shit off that bike, mind you. And he's like looking at her. You could tell when somebody's like kind of like, oh, like he's looking at her like, oh. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, oh, your hair color is you have such a pretty hair color. And I was like, oh. I didn't even get to finish that thought of like, oh, is he flirting with Mel? And he goes, I have chills. Ugh. It reminds me of my mom's. Your mom? Your mom? Number 1, tip for everybody out there. If you're flirting with somebody and be like, oh my god, girl, you look so pretty. You look so pretty. It reminds me of my mom. Don't ever say that. Don't say that. Don't tell somebody they remind you of your mother. I was like, oh no. At first, literally for a second, I was like, did I misread this? Is he not flirting with her? Especially because he's like, oh, she died when I was a kid, and she wore glasses too. Weird. And I was like, oh, no, I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah. She's patching up his leg. And he's like, it's like, what do you like to do outside of work? Do you like coffee? Do you like boba? I was like, oh, no. I don't know why it gave me the ick so bad. Why are you flirting with her and comparing her to your mother? I am immediately turned so off of his character out of the gate. I'm like, no, thank you. Keep him away. If we see more of him, hopefully he's less weird, because that vibe was like, I literally have like the skeevies thinking about it. Oof. Like, it was so, like thinking about somebody saying that to me, I'm like, oh. And Mel doesn't even pick up on any of it, bless her. She's just like, I do like boba, and she just goes back to fixing his leg, and I'm like, I love her, because I'm stressed for you, girl, because that was weird. Why would you say that? Ugh. That's what every woman wants to hear. You remind me of my mom. Thanks. I guess. Crazy. Literally crazy. I can't even get over it. I have not stopped thinking about it since that. I'm like, that's so weird. Tell me does somebody else think this is weird? Please tell me it's not just me that thinks that was insane. I'm like, don't ever say that to a woman ever again. Please. Oh my god. Oh, 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 ugh. I can't even think about it. Oof. God. Mel's having a bad enough day. Please don't be a freak. Let her be in peace. Please. 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 And poor Mel, I'm like, I still have like the shivers thinking about it. Ugh. Like my skin is crawling. Okay. Off of that. I gotta like get the vibe off of me. Like the stink. Ugh. But yeah. Poor Mel, having a bad day. I'm worried about Mel because I don't know what support system she has in this ED. Because, like, everybody's kind of like, okay, Mel, and they're kind of looking at her like, what's up with Mel? I don't know. Santos actually is like, hey, are you good? And she's like, oh yeah, months ago I was put in like a malpractice suit. I'm like, has she not told her at this point? Does she not talk to them? And she seems so excited for Langdon to be back. It was like Langdon was like the friend she's been missing. And I'm like, he has been there for 10 months. Have you made any close connections with your coworkers in 10 months? Even, like, Santos is talking to her about it. And then Santos just, like, kind of, like, walks off. And Mel's still talking. And Tana's like, Mel, you're talking to yourself again. You're right. And she's like, tries to make sure, like, she's like, do you need anything? She's like, a good lawyer. And Tana's kind of like, okay. And Mel's just like, oh. So I'm like, I'm worried about Mel. I don't know, like, what her relationship. She feels like a little, like, distant from the others. And that kind of makes me, like, worried. Because, I mean, I love Mel. Mel, the people's princess. The queen of my heart, Mel. I'm like, where are her friends to help her through this troubling time? Where's her support system? Someone give her support, please. Please. Someone help her. So I'm like so stressed for Mel. And it's just this weird guy flirting with her, being like, you're so pretty, your hair's so pretty, like my mom. I can't. Oh my god. I'm stressed. I'm like sweating. Thinking, oh my god. Please, I need a support system. I need her to get, like, Langdon could be, at this point, who else? I don't even know if she's talking to anybody else. Get her to triage. Maybe Langdon will understand her stress. I don't know. Somebody. Anybody. What are the new people doing? I'm just, at this point, I'm worried. I hope she does have a good system, and they're just, like, kind of thrown off by, like, her having an off day. I'm just so nervous. I'm a worrywart. Can you tell? My anxiety meds have not kicked in yet. So, I'm stressed. But it's okay. We're good. It's just hour one. Hour one. We'll be starting to shift calm. Starting to shift chill. It's just the beginning of the day. The shit isn't gonna hit the fan till later, I'm sure. Once the fireworks start going and the barbecues start going, I'm sure someone's grill's gonna blow up. Someone's gonna get their hand shot off by a firework, a sparkler to the face. Who knows? I can't even imagine what the hell's gonna come later. Oh my god. But for now. Oh my god. I'm gonna give myself heart palpitations. I swear to god. I apologize if I'm like bouncing all over the place. I have been so excited for this and I just can't think straight. I don't even like, I'm going. Also, this is also the ADHD. I'm here from here to here to here to here to here. I have organized notes of things that happen in order in the episode. God forbid I follow them. I'm ping-ponging. Because I'm just too excited. So, let me try to reel it in. Like, okay. I don't even know where to start from where I am. Because I'm all over the place. But, like I said, Langdon is running triage since it's his first day back. And they're like, listen, get out there. Get to the chairs, please. We, are getting more patients. I mean, I already covered, what did I cover already? Liam and Kylie. We have the first, like, out the gate, a trauma. The John Doe with a knife wound to the chin. And you're like, accident or assault? And they're like, I don't know. I'm like, how do you not know? Did they just find him? It was a dishwasher. Is he at the restaurant? Nobody saw what happened. They had to do a thoracotomy. Girl, I am not a doctor. They cut him open. They chopped some bones. There was so much blood. There was like 8 people in his chest, mind you. Like, everybody got a hand in there. So many people. Everybody's around. This is also where you can kind of see the difference between Robbie and Baran. Because Robbie wants kind of let everybody go with the flow. Figure out things on their own. Baran is kind of like, so this is what you do next. And this is what you do next. And you do this next. And this is what you should do. Very different teaching styles. She's, detailed step by step. This is what you do next, and this is what you do next. And Robbie's kind of like, and what do we do next? Who knows? Who has the pieces to the puzzle? He's very, let's figure it out. I'm making him sound like more boho hippie than I meant to, but you know what I mean. He wants everybody to figure it out on his own. He's not going to tell them. They're not always going to learn. People aren't going to learn if you just tell them the answers. They got to figure it out. Obviously, they have to think quick, on their feet. They're doctors, but they're not going to be able to start learning how to think quick and think critically if you're kind of giving them the answers. No offense, but that guy though, there was so much blood. And then like twist his lung. Girl, medicine is crazy. They just be like, what if I just turn his lung around and it holds the blood in place? I'm like, oh, you could do that? What? Didn't even know. Oof, can you imagine? That guy's gonna wake up and his whole chest, they had a whole chest open. They cut his like rib bone in half. I think that was his rib bone. It was like the whatever bone. I don't even want to know. Girl, they cut something. Ooh. That poor guy. I didn't even know his name. There's like John Doe. Dishwasher. Knife to the chest. I'm like, damn. But everybody's in there. Garcia was there? That's all the Garcia we got this episode was just on that patient. There's not many traumas yet. I mean, yeah, he was the only trauma, I believe. The rest were all just regular, patients from chairs. I mean, well, Ethan and Evelyn were brought in as part of, the assisted living, annual day shift coming in. Yeah, everybody else was just kind of there. So yeah, John Doe was the only trauma of the day, minus... Unless you want to count the dummy that they were, working on. But, that don't count. Oof, I just keep thinking about that, the crunch of the bone. That was kind of gross. I was like, oh, girl. Oof, I'm going down the patient list. I think that's a little bit easier. Because I have everybody, the patients, and then my notes. I think patients is probably easier. I'm sorry if it's, so all over the place. I'm all over the place. My brain is like a Yahtzee board right now. Just a bunch of dice shaking around in there. I'm rusty, okay? I'm rusty. We gotta get back into it. Like I said, I'm coming off my YouTube sabbatical. So, I'm back in. Like I said. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. But we also have one of McKay's patients. I think they would call it Mr. Williams. I don't think we got his first name. I don't know what's up with him. He's there because he tripped in the middle of the night and fell and hit his face and, hurt his wrist. His nose was all blood coming down. So, it's just like, okay, he tripped and fell. And he kind of seemed like a little rude off the gig. He's like, no unnecessary charges. I just want to get out of here. Just treat me and let me go. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. I thought for sure he was going to give McKay a hard time. But turns out he's giving her a hard time for a different thing than I thought. I thought it was going to be about the money. And are you going to make me do this x-ray because you want to charge me for it? That's what I was expecting. No, something's going on because he is very confused. He's a little bit aggressive as well. She came in, he's holding the ice pack to his knee. He's like, oh, my knee hurts. She goes, touch him. He's like that. And she's like, what the fuck is happening? And he's He doesn't know like really where he is. He doesn't know like what the time. He's like literally dazed and confused. He's like I'm in the slowest medical clinic in the West, huh? Baby, you're in Pittsburgh, the West. I mean, I guess the west of Pennsylvania, but not like of America. If that's what you mean. He's not. Something's going on with him. I don't know what, but his whole like demeanor is like on edge, and I want to know what the hell's going on. Does he have like a tumor? Does he have some kind of like? It wouldn't be. I don't think it'd be. Would it be dementia? Yeah, I don't know. He's just like weird. Also, we didn't get a lot of McKay in this episode. I would like a little more McKay. But the only thing we know about her update so far is that she's horny. She's like, it's been a while since I got laid. I'm horny. And I'm like, girl. Okay, McKay, okay. She also does this in front of, like, poor Samira, who's, like, stressing out about, her mom, who's, like, uprooting her whole life to go get married to some guy and go on, like, a year-long cruise after Samira, like, committed to a partnership program in Jersey just to be closer to her. And she's, like, so stressed. And McKay's like, you know what? I'm also horny. And Samira's like, didn't ask. Thanks for sharing, I guess. Please stop. So, would love more Cassie. Would love to hear more about her. And this patient, because his vibe, he's like so guarded. He's like, don't investigate what's going on further. Give me my splint and let me go. So I'm like, I wonder if it's a condition that he is already aware of and he's like ignoring, because it's obviously not in his medical records because they would know if it was. I'm so curious. If it's something like he doesn't know what it is, but he just knows like the symptoms are happening and he's ignoring it. I wanna know. Give it to me now. Give it to me. This is the problem. I want to know so much, but I get nothing yet. We just get a little bit, and I want it all. I'm so like disorganized. Like I don't even know where to begin, but that's okay. So I want to talk about Whitaker and Javati. I am so excited to see them again. Obviously when last season was airing, they were, still medical student. I mean, Javati is still a medical student, but, it was their very first day. They were like, still trying to figure out the ropes. They were honestly a lot more like anxious than it would seem like Ogilvy and Joy are. They were definitely not having, they weren't, competent emergency medicine doctors yet. And the difference is night and day, especially Whitaker. I love it. I love it so much. The way he is like, he's teaching, first of all, Ogilvy and Joy. I was like, oh my God. Look at him go. He's out here telling people like how the ED works. He's like, oh, 7:30, like him and Javati are like, Night of the Living Dead, they're coming in any minute now. When Ethan dies, he gives them the speech that Robbie gave him on his first day when a patient died, that he interrupted with funky music. And he was like, make sure your phones are off. Just make sure they're off, please. Which I thought was so funny. He's like, please don't make my mistake. I'm here to teach you, and this is a lesson you need to learn. Turn it off, please. You don't want to get interrupted with your ringtone. But I love it so much. You could tell just like how much more like confident of a doctor he is, and how much more confident his character is. His haircut's better this season. Listen. I mean, this is not what this is about, but his haircut last season was wild. He looks great. The hair this season, fabulous. Love it. What was that? Like, tweet where he was like, you could tell he's living with a lesbian because his haircut's fat. It's so funny. But I just love how much more confident his character is. Javati as well. I love that her mom is still trying to get her to go to surgery, and she's like, I'm busy, actually. And the fact that her mom is like talking to Robbie like, well, you're not, maybe you should start pushing her to surgery. She's wasting her talents in here. And he's like, she's an adult. Did you know that? Like, Dr. Robbie is going to be like, actually, Giovanni, maybe you should get out. Maybe you should go to surgery and get out of my ED. No. Giovanni is a fantastic doctor. And honestly, I was worried about her after last season. Like, literally her first day in that damn thing. And it was like the nightmare shift from hell. And I was like, is she going to still want to stick with emergency medicine? And she is still in there, nose to the ground. She's like, I don't have time for your texts, for your phone calls. Leave me alone. I don't care that it's my birthday. Don't talk to me. I'm busy. I will call you. Let me work. Her mom's like, your schedules down here are actually, ma'am, it's the emergency department. Get a grip. Get a grip. If this is what she likes, this is what she likes. Leave her alone. I was worried that she wasn't going to stick to medicine. I was getting nervous. But she is there and I'm happy. Because I love Giovanni. And that's all I care about. So, get with it. That is all I care about. I am just so happy that they're doing so well. They seem so much more confident. And like so much... and the difference of 10 months is just... You can see it, you can feel it in their energy, the way they move through the ER, just the way they treat the patients is like so, like, I'm a doctor, actually, and what about it? And I love that for them. I will say it's very funny. Whittaker hasn't changed his scrubs yet, but I do think it's funny that even without having to be sprayed with blood and vomit and who knows what, he still can't just have like something go right, because he still doesn't have his like resident badge. He still has like his student doctor one. He's like, they didn't get it to me yet. And I'm like, this poor bastard, just get him his badge. I'm like, just give him some. Cut him some slack. Give him the damn badge. I'm like, this poor dude, please. At least he hasn't been, hopefully he doesn't have to change his scrubs nearly as often as he did last season. What was it, like 5 times? They ran out of scrubs for him. He was wearing like the morgue ones. There's the ones that were like high water because they were like 2 sizes too small. Oh my god. There's like so much to talk about, and I'm like so overwhelmed. I'm just so excited. I could spend all day talking about like every little thing on this episode. I didn't even watch the preview for next week. I don't want to. Like I said, I'm trying to go into this as blind as I can. And I'm just so excited. I'm so excited to see where everybody goes. I'm so excited to know more. Obviously, like I said, this is the premiere. We're just getting a little bit. We're easing into the day. We're just getting everybody starting off. Oh, you know what? There's something I did want to talk about. The nurses, Dana and Emma, with, Emma. She's so bright. She's so full of whimsy. I'm like, they're gonna crush this girl. She reminds me of like Giovanni from like last season Giovanni, but like more peppy. And I'm like, how are they gonna destroy this poor woman? They're gonna crush her down, and I'm so ready. She came in with all that shit. She had all that shit like in her pocket, and then it's like, that's nice. Can I see that? Let me borrow that. Okay, let's put it on the desk here. You don't need all this shit. Let's just move. But, they're already putting it, like, you're going to do the thermometer on the baby. You're going to come this way. You're going to help us hose down this unhoused man. What's his name? Mr. Digby? Mr. Digby, who I didn't even catch when he was there for the first time, his cast. He's getting his cast off. I wonder how that cast looked questy, my guy. Woo! I'm glad they hold. Apparently, poor dude, funky as can be, because everybody was retching. But they got him hosed off. Yes, they did. That's the power of nurses, y'all. They're doing, like what Dana said, we're doing the Lord's work. Oh my god. I'm nervous for Emma. She seems too sweet. And I'm like, I'm worried they're gonna break her. I do love the conversation Dana was having with her about like seeing like signs of like aggression and patience, and like you have to keep yourself safe, and we have like safe words now. And I'm like, I'm so glad that they implemented that after like, because that was a main issue last season. They're like, obviously Dana was assaulted last season. She got punched in the face by dumbass Doug Driscoll. Fuck that loser. Everybody hates Doug Driscoll. Fucking loser. But I'm so glad they're like implementing more like safety things for the nurses. Obviously, it's not like, I mean, they have security, but they don't have like, I don't think they have more security. It's like they have about like the same. But they have, tools to recognize, signs of aggression in patients. They have a safety word now. I think that is great. It's an improvement, obviously. We can get more, but, let's see if that ever happens. These poor people. They just want to be safe at work and help people, and they get their asses whooped. It's unbelievable. It's ridiculous. So I am really hoping that everything goes well for poor sweet Emma. She seems lovely, and I am so afraid they're gonna break her whimsy. But yeah, I am just okay. I don't know, like, there's so much I want to say, but there's like, I can't even remember what I've already covered because I've just been yapping. I'm like all over the place. I am just so excited for this season. It's like you get a little taste. Like, this episode flew by for me. When it ended, I was like, what? It's over? I was like, I need more. To be fair, for me, when I watched The Pitt, I watched it literally a couple days after the season ended because I didn't have HBO Max. I got it like a week before the finale aired, so I was someone who watched it in binging. I watched it like over the span of a week. So I'm like, where's my next episode? Where is it? Give it to me now, because I'm like The Pitt. I'm like, okay, next episode. Where is it? So I want more. I want to know everything. I love the show, but I'm like, give it to me now. I'm just so excited. I'm like, I don't know what the future lays for this shift. It's the 4th of July. I'm expecting burns. I'm expecting someone's gonna get hands, fingers, faces blown off by fireworks, sparklers. Who knows? Tongs to the face, grill. Your grill blows up. You get a rack in your eyes. Who knows with this damn show? Who knows? I expect chaos. I expect to cry my eyes out because I cried so much last season, and I can't wait to cry again. They're easing us in. This is like the easy episode. This is like the most we're gonna breathe this whole season. I already know. I know they're gonna like put us through the ringer because last season was like the worst shift of their lives. I mean, they must hate Robbie in this hospital. They put the plaque of the appreciation plaque for like the work they did to save all those lives for Pitt Fest directly. When I say directly, I mean directly across from Dr. Addison's like memorial picture. I'm like, dude, they hate this man. They said, remember your trauma? Let's put it all in front of you. Don't forget, every day you walk in. Both sides now. And I'm like, damn. And we're going to put another plaque up there? Is it every season going to be like another plaque? Robbie has to walk by like this terrible day. The 4th of July or something. Like what terrible shit is going to happen that they're going to put a plaque up for this season? Like, I want it to be like the trauma wall. To walk into the emergency department, you have to cut through the trauma hallway. That is like what they're making that freaking wall to be, and I'm like scared to see what's gonna happen. I'm so excited. I'm like so excited to get to know like our new characters more. I'm so excited to see I'm scared and excited. Like I said, see like are the new patients we get coming in, the patients we have currently like now. Obviously that waiting room is packed, and we're definitely gonna be getting traumas. It's the 4th of July. I am just so excited. This is the most disorganized I've been in a hot minute, and I apologize for that. I will try to be more organized and well thought out next week for episode 2. But for right now, it's the premiere. I'm all over the place. I am just so excited to be back. I am so excited to see what's going on with this baby that's been abandoned, with Ethan, our deceased elderly man. His wife was just running with dementia. We have, Kylie, that poor girl, Liam, the weirdo. We have Alan, who was just brought in with the dislocation. Was it? I forget the word for it. Open dislocation. I knew it was a word with an O. And then there was also a patient that kept showing in chairs that they did not, she hasn't come in yet. It's the deaf patient that we saw through her point of view for when they discovered the baby in the bathroom. We didn't get to see, we just saw her through that. We also got some shots of her, just in the emergency department, like, in the chairs, and they were calling a name repeatedly, like, come to the front, come to the front, come to the desk. And I think that was her name. I was trying to read the medical bracelet she had on. They were saying, what's the name? Harlow Graham. And it looked like, it was hard to tell because her arm is up. So the bracelet is upside down. But it looked like her last name was Graham. So I think they might have been paging her. But obviously she's deaf. She can't hear them paging her. Which actually is a very good conversation about accessibility in the OR. In the OR. The ER. Wrong department, my bad. Accessibility in the emergency department, because how is she supposed to know she's being paged if she can't hear and you're just yelling her name? You don't have I mean, she had to have checked in, they had to have known she's deaf, they just are not regarding that she's deaf, they're just keep yelling her name and she'll hear eventually. Or, is she gonna have to keep sitting there for a longer period of time because she's not gonna know her name is called or nobody's gonna come get her? Or are they gonna send, one of the triage nurses or Langdon out to go get her? What do you do in that situation? Did they have in her patient passport that she is deaf? Or did they miss that in the passport? What's the point of the passport if you can't make a note that she's deaf and you need to not yell her name through a microphone but go get her? Or, hold up put a TV screen with patient. Well, I guess no, I don't think putting a patient's name would be a violation of HIPAA. You're not saying what they're there for, you're saying whose name it is. So maybe you could do that next with the DMV or the deli, next up Steve, come on up, come on down for the price. Okay, listen, I don't know how they would do that, but they have to come up with a better system. If you have a deaf patient, you can't just be yelling her name, she's not going to hear you. So I don't know what's going on with that, because if that was her name that they were calling, how do they get her? So I definitely want to see more about her. I'm assuming we will. More about this damn baby. Are they going to find the person? How did they miss somebody coming in with a baby? Everybody gets checked the metal detectors, so how did you miss a whole baby? Clearly that baby is not freshly new, so nobody gave birth in the bathroom. They had to have dropped the baby off in there. How do we miss a baby? That's what I want to know. So there's so much I want to know, so much we're going to get into this season, and I'm so excited. And I just want to apologize again that this is all over the place. I'm just, I've been waiting to talk about this, and I just want to, say everything all at once, and yeah, that's why we're all over the place. So I'm very sorry about that. I'm going to end it here. Otherwise, I could probably go for 3 hours just bringing up random topics from the episode. And I'm sure I'm going to turn this off and be like, oh my god, I didn't talk about this and this and this and this. But that's okay. We will get into it next week for episode 2. I am so excited. I can't wait. 8 a.m., baby. We're getting there. So yeah, that's all I have today for the Pitt. I appreciate so much if you made it to this point, because this is a clusterfuck. And I'm very excited to be back into recording again. Obviously, I was doing previous coverage for Survivor 49 and The Amazing Race 38 that I was not able to finish. I, was having a bit of a hard time in my life for, personal reasons, mental health reasons, and I decided, it's better, take a break than try to force myself to record as I fall more and more and more behind. So I'm a little bit rusty here. So I'm going to get back into the swing of things for our next episode, and for on Sunday, our episode coverage for the Pitt, not the Pitt, I almost said the Pitt again, the Traitors. The Traitors US Season 4, the first 2 episodes are out, and I cannot wait to talk about that as well. I am so excited for that. So yeah, again, thank you so much. That's all I have today for the Pitt. I will see you all here again next Friday night, for episode 2. I can't really see what the hell this damn emergency room throws at us. How much worse can this damn shift get? We're starting off easy. How worse can it even season 1? I don't even want to know. But we will see you all. Oh my god. I will see you all next week for that. Next Friday. And again on Sunday for the Traitors. Thank you all so much for watching my crazy ass yap. Very disorganized. That's all I have, and I'll see you next time. Alright. Thanks, guys. Bye.